Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a bookish video about what I'm going to read throughout this year or what I plan to read throughout this year. And this is a bookish video that I'm doing after quite a long time. Last year I didn't read that much books, so yeah, and I also didn't have a lot of time. But I want to change that this year. Today we are going to dive into new books or books that have been on my shelf for quite some time, and I want to finish them first this year, and then I want to add some new series as well to my bookish list. So let's dive into the video. In this new year, I want to start with reading new books and actually finishing them, because I keep adding all these books to my TBR, but somehow I'm just not reading them and kind of like going around all this. So mostly I read at least like 3, 4, 5 books in a month, and in the past few months I think I have finished like only one book in a month, or sometimes none at all. So yeah, that was disappointing. And I also missed reading books, but somehow I was in a giant reading slump, so I just couldn't do it. So now I want to get out of that reading slump, and I want to dive into new series and books that have been on my list like forever. And also, I have been avoiding buying new books for the same reason, that I can finish the books that are previously in my list. But I bought some new books, which is nobody's surprise. But there's another thing, those books are thrifted, so at least I saved some money. So firstly, I started reading 3 books. Yeah, and I haven't finished any of them till now, but I hope I will soon in this month. So the first book is this one, The Hero of Kumaun. It's about the life of Jim Corbett, and I already have read his autobiography in a Bengali translation. I already bought the English book as well, but now I got a glimpse of the whole book in this one. The author of this book, he wrote about Jim Corbett's life in his own language in the form of summary, and also there's excerpt from Jim Corbett's own writings in there as well. So it was a really good book, and I am more than halfway through it. I think this is going to be the book that I finish the first in 2025. Let's hope that. So this is the book that I bought. That is the autobiography of Jim Corbett in English, and it is huge. So I think I'm going to read it for years to finally complete it, and I have no issue with that. The other 2 books that I'm reading, one is an audiobook, which is The Red Rising. I have been known about this series for not that much long, but one of my friends recommended it, and I was like, okay, I haven't read a long series for so many long time, so I'm going to dive into it without knowing anything. I have listened to the first 16 chapters, I guess, and it's going really well. I'm liking it very much. But the series is also like 7-8 books long, so I'm liking this challenge as well. But before finishing it, I have another book in line that I want to finish first, which is I'm reading it in the ebook copy, which is Sweet Pea. So Sweet Pea is also a new book in my TBR list. Last year I watched the series Sweet Pea because it was keep coming to my ad in all over Insta and Facebook. The trailer was really intriguing, so I watched the series, and to be honest, it was quite good. But then I went to a site to read a review of the series, and then I got to know that it's actually a series of books, and the reviewer complained a lot about the series, that how it changed the whole of the book. And also I was like, obviously, like the book sounds so much better than the series. So I got the first book, and I started reading it. I planned to read the whole series because I don't know, I'm kind of in the mood for big series to challenge myself for some reason. But yeah, but still, I'm currently like I think I'm at 40% of the first book, but I don't think I'm going to continue the series. Like, that is my mentality for now, because the book is quite good, but I don't think I want to read more of it. So for now, I think the first book is in my TBR. So this is the two books. This and Sweet Pea is the first two books that I'm trying to finish the first, and then there's Red Rising. So other than these two, the physical copies that I want to finish first are firstly Foxglove. So this is part of a series, and the first book is Belladonna, and the second is the Foxglove, and the third is Wisteria. So this is going to be the next in my list, and I really love Belladonna, so I have great expectations from it. Also, my sister read the whole series already, and she reviewed it quite well, so I'm excited to read this one. The next one is This Duology by V.E. Schwab. I have been a great fan of Victoria Schwab after reading this. What was the name of the book? The Secret Life. I don't know. What? Okay, yeah, I have the book. Yeah, The Invisible Life of Adeloru. I'm sorry. Secret Life. And another series, another middle grade series that she wrote that is actually quite not that famous, but I really loved it. And that kind of started my, journey of reading middle grade horror genre mostly. It's called What Happened to My Memories? City of Bones, City of Ghosts. I think it was City of Ghosts. Oh my god. So this series and The Invisible Life of Adeloru, I really love those books. So I kind of want to read everything that V. Scott has written. So I started with the smallest series first, like the other series that I researched has 3 books mostly, is a trilogy and stuff. So I wanted to finish this duology, but I read kind of mixed reviews about the second book. So my main target now is to finish the first book this year. I'm keeping low reading goal for now because I don't really believe in myself after the performance of last year. So yeah, we're going to keep it simple. The next 2 books that have been on my list forever, is this one and it's Sequel. Yeah, I hate it because it's weird size difference. Thank you very much for pointing out. Yeah. I have been carrying this book every place where I was going to finally read it, in hostel, in car, in train, in everywhere, but I haven't started reading it. I never even, opened the book. This is the first time I'm opening the pages. But I'm going to finish this one and also this one in this year. I will. The next series that is on my list is another series, no surprise, is the last books of the Percy Jackson series. I have read already the first 3 books, and it is kind of my hobby to, I don't know why. I could read them in the e-copy, but I somehow want to read it in physical copy. But I don't want to buy the books because I don't like the covers. So, and also there was 5 books, and now the new 2 books have also come out, so a 7-book series is going to be very costly. So I kind of started buying it from thrift store and second-hand books. So now it became a hobby to keep collecting the second-hand copies of this series. So whenever I want to read that particular book of the series, I go to the market just before starting it and buy the book, and then I read it. Most of the time I buy the whole series together, which is a very bad choice sometimes, but this is not one of those times. Even though I know I'm going to finish this series, but it's fun. It's an excuse to keep going to the bookshop, So yeah, this is the 5th book, and then the 6th book. Even though they are all second-hand books, you can see they're very old. These 2 copies are actually really good, in good condition, and they are real bargain too. I got them from 140 rupees per book. So yeah, I think I will finish these 2 books fast because when I read the 3rd book, I was on train. I was going to my hostel, and I finished it on the ride, the whole book. And I still have some time on my hand. I still haven't reached my destination, so I was like, okay, this could bring back my reading speed. And I also have the 7th book. It's the 7th book of the series. I need to get the 6th book, but yeah, I would also love to read this one too. The last physical book that I have for now is this one. This was, I don't know, this was a surprise that I got to buy the physical copy because it is very costly in Amazon, and I never saw it in any of the bookstores that I went to. Wow, my favorite booktuber recommended it so many times that I was like, I will read it someday. Also, the book covers looks pretty, but I couldn't get the second book of the series, so we'll see about that. For now, I also got it from thrifting. So whenever I go book thrifting, every time I'll be surprised with some book or another because I never expect them to be there and somehow they're there. So last year it was the Yellow Face and the book was in really good condition, and this year it's this. So I bought it. Yay! We can see a lot of fantasy books in the halls. Oh my god, I think all of them are fantasy books. Okay. I think the two books that I'm reading right now, except except them, all these books are fantasy. Okay, so yeah, it is true. I'm currently into fantasy genre again, and like I keep coming back to it. So yeah, and also there are some other books that I want to add in my list, but I won't for now. I need to finish them first before adding lots and lots of books in my list. There are some classics too that should be on my list, so I'm just going to add them in the side in a different category of classics. So there are a lot, and because they're classics, they should count as like 3 books together because most of the classics took me some time to finish the book, but I really love them. So the first one is Morris. This has been on my list for quite a while, so I want to read this very soon. And I have a shit ton of Jane Austen books in my list. This is another. Lady Shushin and other works, but as I haven't finished her novels yet, so this will be the last one to read, I guess, in her works. So I have finished Emma and Pride and Prejudice, but I have the books of Sense and Sensibility and what's the other one? I think I have Mansfield Park. I think I have the physical copy of the book. I totally forgot. And they're in my hostel, so I also want to finish those two because I keep carrying these books with me all over the place, but I never read them. But I started reading Sense and Sensibility. So after that, I want to read Persuasion as well, but I don't have the physical copy of that book yet. So yeah, the next book is Crime and Punishment. I started reading this one, but I haven't finished. So please finish the book. The next one is Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre, and I started reading it as well, and I'm really loving the book. Like you can see, I've been doing this things like marking all the hard vocabularies that I can find that I haven't known before, and I keep like listing them after each chapter. And this is like a whole thing that I started, but I thought that maybe I will keep back to it after I have some time in my hand. I hope we will come back to it very soon. And I was reading it along with the audiobook. It's not really an audiobook, it's available in Spotify as a podcast. It's mostly to help you for sleeping because it's a very sleepy, calm way to read the book, but it actually was really fun to kind of listening to it and keep reading the book at the same time so that I don't actually fall asleep. So I really love that process as well. This is the book I want to finish. There's another classic that I think I don't have the copy with me right now. It's the Dracula. I don't know when I actually don't remember when I started reading it, but it was so good. I actually enjoyed it, but I don't know why I never finished. I'm kind of in the very first part of the book, so I want to finish it actually. So yeah, these are the physical copies that are in my list, and there are also a shit ton of audiobooks that are in my list. So yeah, again, I have overwhelmed myself with a shit ton of books in my list. Thank you for coming to my pep talk. So if you like this kind of video, please like, comment and subscribe. And I hope I see you soon. Also, I need to clean my whole book. What is with my vocabularies today? I need to clean my bookshelf. It's like ugh.